So I used to work at Tesla up until about 2 months ago. Nothing exciting, nothing interesting. I wasn't in product development, wasn't a software engineer or anything. I was doing solar for them, which is essentially construction. It was rough. I worked outside 12 hours a day. It was either too hot, too cold. It was never perfect. But now that I work inside, I'm self-employed. I work in the basement all day. I'm like dying to get outside in my free time. So it's Sunday, I'm taking a day off. I'm gonna ride my bike to the bookstore where they're holding Ron Carnage, and I'm just really excited to get out and break a sweat. I'm gonna throw on that Apple Watch to make sure I'm on the right track. I don't know if you saw when I was putting my shirt on, I'm a little bit overweight. So I'm gonna get on that bike a little bit more, make sure I'm not just sitting down all day. But for right now, I'm taking the day off, I'm gonna go read. I'm looking forward to it, it's been a while. So let's head out. There she is. All right, I built this thing myself like 9 years ago. It never gets love anymore. So let's get these tires filled up. All right, so let's run through the specs of this bike a little bit. So it is a fixed gear, steel frame track bike. Let's take a look at it because I love it. So again, it is a fixed gear bike, and what that means is there's only one gear and it is basically connected directly to that back wheel. So anytime the wheel's moving, the pedals are moving, no such thing as coasting. If you pedal backwards, you go backwards. Every piece of this bike was custom built by myself over the span of a couple years. Used to ride it every day in Washington, D.C. before I owned a car. And if you check it out, no brakes on this guy. So how do you brake? How do you do that, right? Boom, these guys. Gotta use your legs, man. Gotta have the strength. I'm on my way to the bookstore. I'm sure you hear all that wind coming at you, but it feels so good to be on two wheels again, man. So good. Alright, so what's the meaning of this? Why am I having you watch me read all day? Well, I learned a very important lesson in March. I just quit my job at Tesla. I went self-employed and I was looking to make as much money as I could as fast as possible. And I definitely overdid it. I worked way too much, way too hard to just try to pay my bills and be comfortable. But what happened on the first day of April is I crashed so hard. You always hear that burnout is real, and I don't think that was true burnout, but I just physically could not do it anymore. So now, I'm forcing myself to take days off. I'm in the park. I got Artemis by Andy Weir, author of The Martian, and I'm just freaking reading all day, sitting in the park under a big tree, riding my bike, trying to get some exercise in. So rather than working all day and all night, sometimes into early the next morning, I'm trying to limit my time working, and that does two things. It keeps me from getting too exhausted to work all the time, but it's also forced me to learn how to make more money in a shorter amount of time. And the trap I was falling into is rather than being the guy that does the best work, I was being the guy that does the most work. And what happens then is you start doing shittier work, and I was doing lower quality work, and it showed. A couple people actually had to talk with me, which was super kind of embarrassing. I pride myself on doing really good work, and I wasn't doing the best work that I could. And what'll happen eventually is those people stop giving you work, so then you overwork yourself into the point of not having any work left. So slow down, do better quality work, get higher paying clients, and that's kind of the life that I'm looking for now. So with that, I'm gonna keep reading. Newly self-employed, and I'm trying to figure it out. It's been really difficult trying to find my boundaries, maximize profits while keeping sanity. It's really difficult, so I figured if I put it all on camera, it might give some clarity to the whole thing. So, force myself to take days off, not letting myself work past, I don't know, 6, 7. Try to get everything done in 8 hours rather than do 8 hours of work spread over 16, that kind of stuff. But let's say hey to the puppy real quick. Let's get that good boy out here. There he is. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Come here, my love. Oh, all right. Oh, what a good boy. All right, so I'm just gonna keep reading. This book, Artemis, is great. Like, it's so different than The Martian. And it kind of just feels good to be reading again. It's been a while, and when I do read, they're like mainly businessy type books, productivity type stuff, so throw some fiction in there. You know, it'll prep me for the other novels that we have coming out shortly anyways. Hey, buddy, come here. Have a kiss? Can I have a kiss? Okay, so that is it from me. I'm gonna kick it with my little puppers. Take care of yourselves, don't work too hard. I'm gonna try to do the same. See ya.